So, hello everybody, and welcome to this new stream of Limery. Today, we will write tests in Ansible to test two things: the Wireguard network I did several streams ago, and our new service that now works, a bind 9 service made in Podman with rootless and without root, so rootless and not the root user, and so on and so on. First problem I have is that I discovered that my WordGuard mesh doesn't really work the way I wanted, because only two nodes speak to each other, and the third one is, I don't know why, completely out. So I will try to understand why. Maybe it's a problem of syntax due to the fact that for the endpoint we use IPv6 IP and a port at the end, and maybe Wireguard is a bit confused by the fact that in IPv6 we have a lot of how do we say that in English? 2 points. So you have to help Wireguard a bit, maybe. Let's try that. Okay, let's check if the interface is up. Yes, it seems to be up. So I should do the same thing on the other nodes. First, up. Or maybe it's a key problem, public key problem. We check that as well. Okay, let's restart the network interface. Let's check if the interface is up. Yes. Okay. The interface is up. So now let's try to ping the third node with the first. We are in the first and we want to ping the third. It still fails. So another explanation would be maybe that the public key of the third node is somewhat not the correct one. And all that because I started to write the first test. And so let's check all these interfaces for all the nodes. Okay, so the public key of the first node is correct. The public key of the second node is correct. The public key of the third node seems to be as well correct. Huh. So that's not the problem. Let's dig into the module because I forgot where I put the public keys locally in /etc wireguard public. Okay. The public key folder does not exist anymore, but that's due to the fact that it had its purpose, so we don't need it anymore. But it should still be present on every node. Yes. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay, is it the key that is in the configurations? Yes, it is. Okay. So let's check the one of the third node, the failing one. So it seems to be the same. Up. So node 2, node 2, node 3, 4p, something. So the problem is not there. It's not there. What's happening? Let's check again if we can still ping the second node from the first node. We still can. And oh, we now can ping. No, that's the public interface. It's not relevant. We need the private one, the internal one. So the second node we can, and the third not. Hop limit. Why? So, one hop for the second node. One hop for the first node, of course, and the third. Ah, there is a loop somewhere. There is a loop somewhere. So, to reach the third node, it tries first to reach the second node. Why? No idea. Then the second node, send it back to the third node, which then loop again, second node, third node, second node, third node. Is it the DNS configuration? But the DNS configuration, maybe the DNS configuration messed with the root tables. So I will drop all capabilities and reinstall all that stuff. So let's destroy. Let's rebuild the artifact. And let's up again. Let's first test with just Wireguard. Wireguard Ubuntu. We'll do the test with the new test suite. Yep. Okay, the idea is that for the Wireguard test, we will ping with 5 packets from each node to each node by the IP that is tied to the Wireguard device, the Wireguard interface. So let's first build, okay, and then deploy our stuff. And I will take some water meanwhile. It will last approximately 10 minutes until the complete deployment, but I really like to test that. And by the way, it's a good show for this idea of testing through Ansible playbooks. The advantage is that we can reuse all the variable sets of the deployment in the test and the inventory. So we can really test in depth, the behavior of our system, of our platform. Hello, G Rape 26. Hello. How are you? I'm fine. I finally finished to develop a bind9 service in Podman with Ansible today. I just have to write the test to be sure that it works all the time. And I'm currently writing tests for my Wireguard mesh. So I'm fine. I made some progress today. Do you know a bit this kind of stuff? DevOps and platform stuff? I know in theories, but I don't work on. Okay. So you understand a bit what I try to do, or not at all? I'm Salesforce developer for information. Okay. I don't know if I have to congratulate or to pity you. I don't know. Salesforce, I heard everything and the opposite. You don't like Salesforce? I never used Salesforce actually, so I can't really say. I come from the open source world and I use open source technologies approximately everywhere. I think, yes, for some of my customers, I'm forced to use Windows because their the laptops they provide are Windows-based, but all my stuff is Linux-based, even my laptops and computers. The computer that is currently streaming there, it's a Linux Mint, so completely open source from A to Z, except for the games. So I don't know Salesforce, but I heard a lot of things about it. So it's just a bad joke. So, to try to catch you up on what I'm currently doing. beside lowering my desk. So, I am developing a Kubernetes cluster made only with open source technologies that can work in an air-gap environment, no internet connection. For that, you need first certain satellites around the kube cluster to be able to make the kube cluster work. One of them, for instance, is by9, that you can see behind me, which is there to provide a DNS service to the kube cluster because the nodes of your cluster need a DNS service even before the core DNS that is inside the cluster works. So we need an external one. We also need an etcd cluster, of course. We also need a vault to be able to handle all the secrets and the rotations of these satellites and of the etcd cluster and the kubelets themselves. We also need a BGP service to be able to provide a load balancer at the IP level for the services inside the cluster and for the control plane of the cluster. 1, 2, 3. etcd, I said. So, and of course, we need the network itself between the nodes to be able for them to connect to each other to consolidate the cluster. And for that, I use Wireguard. So I hope in my dreams, I'm not sure of it, but I hope to be able to really develop inside PGP, like in Booba's song. Donc tu es francophone. No, that's not the same. For my international audience, Booba is a French rapper, and in one of these songs, he says PGP branché, la zone est quadrillée, and so PGP connected, the zone is protected. Yeah, we can say that like that. And he's not talking about BGP, but PGP. PGP is the proprietary ancestor of GNU-PG, which is a protocol to encrypt your data and communications and emails. That's not the same as BGP. BGP is Border Gate Protocol, which is there to advertise your IP to the outside world. So not quite the same. But we use PGP, or more GNU-PG, which is the open source implementation of PGP, for encryption, of course, for backup encryptions, email encryptions, stuff like that. Did I answer a question? Est-ce que j'ai répondu à ta question? Totally. Perfect. So enjoy the stream. It's a chill stream. I develop my stuff live with quiet music in the background. Sometimes I will not say a word for several minutes because I will be deeply focused in my stuff. And other times I will explain what I'm trying to do. Perfect. So what you can see behind me currently is the Ansible playbook deploying, and you are in the steps for securing the Linux machine itself. So as you can see, all these steps are there to limit the kernel capabilities, to disable problematic elements, to add sudoers configs, and so on and so on. To increase the audit, to improve the SSH configuration. So it's the very base of reinforcing the machine before deploying some stuff on top of it. So let's prepare the dev terminals. We need one to be able to reconverge every change we do. So we use rsync for that. And we need another one to truly develop. Okay. Rsync is enabled, so every change I will do in the IDE will be rsynced into the environment. The environment is made by Vagrant and libvirt. So we have a set of 4 virtual machines, one that is the provisioner, and 3 that are the environment itself. Okay. The Wireguard deployment is done. Now we do the step that tests changes, and afterwards we'll do the idempotency and then the written tests. So let's try first to see if we still have the same problem as before. Let's enter one of the machine. Let's say the first one. So of course we have to reinsert the kgen fingerprint of the SSH key. Okay. Let's ping to the secondary node. Okay. It's working. Let's ping to the third. It's still failing. So that's bad, but that's also good because we have the same error. So it's reproducible. And that also means that the bind service is not responsible for this problem. Good. So node 2 ping to itself, it works. Ping to node 1, it works. And ping to node 3, it should fail. It fails. Okay. And node 3 node 3 ping to node 2, it fails. Ping to itself, it works. And ping to node 1, it fails as well. Let's trace through what it tries to do. Yes. So trace route to 2. Can't even reach it. Okay. Trace route 2, 3. Normally it should. Ah, yes. Yeah. Yep. It should loop with 1. No, it doesn't? No. Okay. And 1. It works. I mean, the behavior is as if the Wireguard interface was not up on the third node. But it's there. On the third node, it's there. Ah, yes, that's true. There is another network between Wireguard 3 and Wireguard 1. We can try to test this one. Huh. Wireguard molecule tests could not be found. Yes. Because I changed the behavior of this one. Up. That's better. Okay. So, we want, first I wanted also to alter the public host here to be able to accept ports even if it's an IPv6 declaration. All right. Secondly, so I will I just add it here to be ready for the next test. Okay. So I want to test the Wireguard 1, so the secondary network, which is there. No, I took the public one. That's this one, the internal one. Okay, local loop it works. With 2 it should fail because it's not there. With 1 it should not fail, but it does. Okay, so really there is a problem connecting the third node with the others. Okay. Okay. So system, we will have to use journald, journal CTL, and we want everything related to network. I never remember the syntax of journal CTL. Specific service. I just want journal CTL to a specific service, and I never remember how we do that. You. You. It's a unit, of course, it's you. You. System D. Network. So we have some elements. First, etc Wireguard has 0644 mode that is too permissive. Please adjust the ownership and access mode. Yes. First, let's do that. Pum. Yes, we generate the missing key, but it generates it with too much permissions. Okay. Alors, so change key permissions. It's the Ansible module stat or file. Change file permissions. I think it's stat. No file. Okay. Yeah, fine. We don't want to change the owner and the group, but we want to reduce the permissions, and I will reduce them drastically. Yep. There. I changed the key permissions. Do we have something else that could be of interest in this log? Now you see the management network here. But nothing else. Okay. On the third node, I will do the same. What do I have? The permissions mode, the permissions problem here. But apart from that, nothing much. Nothing that could explain the problem. So, we will first redeploy our small changes in the hope that it improves what we try to do. Okay, let's check the idempotency. Idempotency is there. Let's go back on the first node. Name or service not known. Okay, so failed to resolve host. So that means that before it could resolve them. So that's not the problem of this syntax there that I try to improve with the bracket. Let's remove that. But that's a good sign. That means that it worked before correctly. So Wireguard is able to understand the IPv6 plus port syntax. Good. So let's revert that. By the way, wait. Yeah, it tries to reach the third node as well. So it can resolve the third node. Okay. In normal circumstances, it can resolve the second and the third node. Okay. And I want to start the key rotation. So to do the key rotation, I need to go to the Wireguard SSL path, which is okay. I understand now. So I need to go into hello. In the third, etc Wireguard public, and I have two of them. Let's remove them. Let's Wireguard renew all its keys. Okay, that's done. So now let's redeploy. Okay. The missing keys are regenerated. Okay. Idempotency seems good. So let's try to go back on one node. Okay. Is the interface up? The interfaces are both up. Let's check the log. Too permissive, to failed. Okay. Ah, failed to read private key. Not enough permissive, I suppose now. Yeah, maybe a bit too strict. Okay. So let's give some read permission to the group and some write. Let's try without the write permissions. No, it should put the bit so up. Write permissions. Okay. Okay. Let's start again. So, the interfaces are still up, and what are the last log lines? Fail to read. Still. But should be there. No? It's there. Ah, maybe it's the wrong user. So it needs to be changed to systemd network maybe. Yes, that's probably it. Yes, if there is a script kiddie here, it will say, you showed your etc PSWD. Remember, these are virtual machines, so they are completely irrelevant for that. So don't worry. Owner, systemd network. Okay. That's the group. Yes, that should be bound by the group. Okay. And now we can restrict to 4 again. Okay. Let's clean that. And let's redeploy. Okay. Let's check idempotency and then let's dig in. I should buy an external sound card for my mic because I hear that it captures every sound around. And the software ones are not really good on Linux. So, what does the network say this time? $58. Okay. Using existing without changing its parameters. The device. Yes, the device and the network. Let's check if we can ping now in between. Itself, no problem. The second one, no problem. And the third one, problem. Okay. So, why? I'm drifting away, but that's interesting, this nebula stuff. Nebula versus Wireguard. Nebula Cilium. Kubernetes. Yeah, it seems cool, but it's not integrated into the rest. So yeah, next iteration. Hmm. Trying to understand, because I mean everything works. Everything is configured, sorry, the way it's supposed to be. But still the third node is not reachable. And the third node has anyway the same parameters as the others, but I don't know why it's not working for it. Is it possible that it cannot reach the public hosts of the others? Therefore, it cannot establish the handshake. Oh, it can reach them. So, why? It's not outside of the mask. I mean, let's check, but no, it's not something silly like that. IPv6 mask online. IP subnet calculator. So I want a what do I want? A 64 mask. Ah, maybe it's too much. No. IPv6 calculator, it's far from too much. IP address, calculate. Okay. And is the third still part of it? Yes. Sorry. Yes. Ah. Wait. Let's try to understand. If I authorize all allowed IPs from all of them. Let's try first to alter, I don't know, okay. Let's put the other one to each of them. Maybe it's simply a typo, or sometimes it's a very simple problem and you dig for days on just a missing typo. Hmm. Hmm. So let's try to ping again everything. I want to ping this IP from the third node. Does it work or does it fail? It still fails. I want to ping the second node from the first. It works. And now the third, it fails. Let's check if there is a typo somewhere. No. No typo at all. Can it reach the public host? Yes. So that's not a problem. I closed the Chromium one. Up. Ah no, it failed. Okay. Maybe the links were not down correctly. Set down WGO. Let's restart. And now they should be back up with the new configuration. Perfect. Can they ping now? Wait. Seems to work, no? Is it the public interface? No, it's the private one. Wait. I may understand the problem. Yes. Okay, I may have understood the problem. I need to shut down the devices when I change them. Okay, cool. So let's do that here. Shut down Wireguard devices before restart. Okay. It's the NetDev one. Yes. That should notify up. First, the shutdown. Wait. I write my handlers with an uppercase. Why this one is with a lowercase? Okay. So we shut down the ones that are required to be shut down. So I want the with item. I will do a command. Item device, okay. And I have to shut down. Okay, set down and link down. Okay. Okay. And that's the item dot device. Okay, and only when item change with items when how can I check handler with item Okay, I need to register the change on the task, and then I have to. Okay. Register. Here. Register. Devices changed. Wireguard. Devices change. Prefix. Wireguard devices change. And we do the when. With items. Results. When item change. Okay. And that's not item, but item dot device. Okay. Now, is there an Ansible module for IP-Link? Ansible module IP-Link. IP-Link set module. Remove interface, make interface up, make interface down. That's the stuff, no? Deprecated. Okay. Okay, so let's not use it. Ah, yeah, there is a big D there. Okay. Okay. Everything is proprietary, so let's stick to that. I will improve the presentation a bit. There. Okay, so let's first check the syntax of our stuff. Okay. Either Dave is duplicate or is a garbage. Okay. Let's do it in 2 separate steps. It will be cleaner. So first shut down, then delete. Okay. Delete. Okay. Now let's call it correctly. Okay. I think the indentation is wrong there. Better. Up. And let's test again. First, clean the public keys. One, two, three. Let's redeploy. Okay. So let's check now if everything can ping everything. Fuck. Okay. Whoa. I don't understand exactly what's happening there, but it's a mess. Ah, si, shit. etc systemd. That's the new system, not the old one. Net device. Okay. Let's try to understand what could be the problem. Because currently we have host 3 can ping to host 1, but not host 2. Host 2, come on. Host 2 can ping to not 3, but 1. Let's do it with the ping instead of the trace route. Okay. And 1 can ping with 2, but not 3. So we already have an improvement, because before host 3 couldn't ping with anything, and now it can ping with 1, but 1 can't ping it. So for me it seems like if it was could it be some sort of cache or so host 1 can ping host 2, but not 3. Okay. Let's try to remove the network interface on host 1. Now that host 3 is up. OK. And restart the network. OK. So it can't reach host 2, but it can reach host 3. Are the load IPs overlapping each other? And that would be the problem? Ah, that's possible. Ah, that's maybe the problem. So in that case, the mask will be useless because we will always want the complete IP, which is a 128 mask, I think. IPv6 mask 128. Yes. Okay. Let's try with that. Let's force 128 as a mask. So each node will only allow its own IP. Let's try. I think it's an IP overlap. It feels that way. Due to the fact that I didn't completely understood the mask setting in Wireguard. In general, I understand, but in Wireguard, that may be the problem. And as we are IPv6 based, it's a mask of 128. So that also means, if it works, that I can remove the mask setup in the inventory because it's useless. Okay, let's try. Reachable, so that's not a problem. And 2 is reachable. Shit. Two camping 3 and 1. Oh, that's already an improvement. 3 camping 2 and 1. Ah, so maybe that's because I was too quick. 2, but not 3. Uh-huh. Destination unreachable. But there is an improvement there. Let's remove the mask parameter from the inventory and let's see what breaks. Because maybe there's still a mask somewhere set. Okay, no change. Okay. But that also means that we can remove it from our template. And now let's try to understand why we still have a problem with only one connection. This one. Is there a way? Maybe it's a problem of retrying the link. Is there a way to retry? Hmm. But the endpoints informations, as I put the IP, we don't need a DNS for it. It's really a problem of, I don't know, restarting the interface, something like that. We anyway made some progress, but still we have these thing to check. Anyway, seeing the time, I will stop here. So, for those who watch the video on YouTube, tschüss.